Welcome again today. We don't under Gidigba again on top as idiots. Anytime we come as idiots like this, the atmosphere, they always the odds because now for here we they talk on the top of don't get to the way they come out smoke inside our political boxing ring. But before I start to the knock one by follow, make a carry on and come back. In case you they see me koro, or you they hear my voice when. Today, when our 22nd day, whether they call on Tuesday, inside the year 2099 with Tanda Gidigba put. Make you know, say you still sit down on top of your Sherman Ogbonge TV station, Wazobia Max TV. The only station you know they pay money, just turn your antenna small on top UHF channel 57. You get us live and direct. He don't have say one time reach 7:30. All the Ogbonge Tori where they share for inside our political boxing ring and all the Tori that where they make brain for inside current affairs. We they bring them, they call give you one by follow. And we they practice democracy, that's why we go give you the license for you to chook your mouth put so that you self go be part of the old talk for us to talk for development so that our Ogade where they on top go know say the voice of the masses and the voice of God. Me, myself, collectively, and I don't go forget who I be. My name now Ochuko Miragwa, the only man where say may be like that for national peace, equity, and justice to reign. Based on tradition. Oh, wako. Una know say before now they say only national peace to reign. But I can realize say if we say may peace reign and all of us not balance our with equity and justice, it not go sweet way. That's why I make all of the day. When you say and say na peace, make everything be peace. Without under Gidigba again on top as idiots. Today, we carry plenty Ogbonge Tori come give you. But before we go start to tear you the main Ogbonge Tori, we will first tear you the one where we they call Chon Tori. And the Chon Tori where they my table here when I want start to knock you one by follow. It go like this, the number one known. I said National Council of States, they don't approve 27,000 naira akpalakpala as minimum wage. 27,000 naira as minimum wage as against the 30,000 where we say NSC they fight for say no it must be 30k at 27k now. The other story when I carry for man I say federal government they don't go seek court order to remove the Chief Justice of the Federation from office over false asset declaration charges where there's Sama on top of him head. SDP, APDA, AAC party, where they inside River State, all these political parties, they don't come as a Nigeria say kaka at all. Them not put their hand endorse Governor Wike for second term at all. And the last one says Senator Wilson Eke. He say in short the factions of Rivers APC where they bege each other. He said they go soon unite together as one. And I be all the top of Ogbonge Tori where we carry for our hand here where we say may we Tanda give you one by follow. Now may we look the one where carry plenty power, we carry weight, where be say one drop on top of table. Talk one by follow. We want to our eye put. Over time, we dey notice one thing. We go put our eye, they talk politics, talk about this, talk about that for Nigeria. And we dey forget say some Nigerians, like me and you, we say no. They want to go find their daily bread. They want to go somewhere, go hustle. They die on a daily basis for where them dey. Recently, you go even hear say some Nigerian girls then, when wrong go one place, they start to park their car, they die one kind. Now, the one where we want to our eye put today. Now say, killing Nigerians for inside South Africa when it go end. Killing of Nigerians for inside South Africa when it go end. And I be the matter where we carry on top of table today. This matter, it bleed my heart because when I see the way my brothers they die overseas and not the happy at all. This is one matter where every time we turn our eye, they come out. Or everything where they think that na politics. APC, PDP. No. Sometimes we'll talk about our citizens, the way they other places, where we say that they kill every day. And we never talk anything. Now we want to look at one by follow to know when all these things will end. That might be the matter we will drop on top of table today. We want to chook our eye put. Talk them the way it's supposed to be. I beg my brother. I beg my people. We will not go anywhere. This matter, we must talk and reach the end. Because right now, I need to go take small zobo, kunu, mix some up with small alligator pepper. They wash my throat well so that I go talk this matter well when I come back. My other I use the run out small. But today now zobes I won't take. Not go anywhere because I is coming back. Welcome back again on top as Ide Art. Now for here we dey talk all the story where they come out smoke because today it must come out smoke. Because the kind of issue where we bring come on top of the table today, not be the kind one where you dey hear every day. Now waiting, most of our eyes blind to them. But maybe sometimes we just hear them once in a while. Okay, they kill some Nigerians from South Africa. We just throw our, but we don't really know the way the thing they critical, the way the thing really they eat us badly. So today, we call look around because now only on top of our Zobia Max TV we they talk this kind of truth. You not go hear them for some kind places. But for Wazobia we they talk and the way it be. And now for on top of the earth. Wait be the matter what we drop on top of table and say killing Nigerians for South Africa when it go end. That might be the question we they ask ourselves. Not forget say this killing of Nigerians not be today it don't start. It don't they happen. But most recently one critical one wake up make a lot of people call shout again. Even we still cry out. Now when they kill one 36 years old young man when he name now Celestine Nuokocha. Celestine, I get one friend called Celestine. Okay, that one they not travel go South Africa if not for fear. Celestine Nuokocha, now Nigerian where they South Africa. And after this matter, come bring plenty shout. Say, why they kill this young man now? The president of the Nigerian Union for inside South Africa will be Adetola Olubanjo. He can't express the way in the feel. He say, in short, this one pain and where. And when he they express him, he called the news agency of Nigeria will be NAN through telephone. He called them from Pretoria for South Africa. Now for that, he tell them, say in short, he say eyewitness will be say, see this matter, koro. Come as I talk, say, in short, this Mr. No Kocha, he say, the torture and where we allegedly tortured, and the program where we beat down where we till he called delete, till he peme inside his house when they for Sasolburg area of Free State Province, and the person where beat him like that he say in short na policeman, and na January 15th for this very year, now they kill him like this. I can't wonder myself. I say waiting Nigerians. Whether they share things, give everybody inside the world, different countries. What did they share, give Nigerians? When it be say we go Obodo Yibo, they go oppress us. You go here say that they kill Nigerians. We go even there our African countries, they go still they oppress us, police and different people go still oppress us, they kill us. Even for our own Nigeria, police go still they kill us. Just now they come. Before Birikoye police food they stop people. After Birikoye bridge. Very sure these are police again. Waiting Nigeria, waiting they share give us for Nigeria. But today when we look waiting the apple inside in South Africa, when made they kill us every time. We go hear some of the causes when it be say they make Nigerians that they die from somebody who be say he don't stay there. But before we go start to they dive into the matter, even introduce the person who be say he don't live around the South Africans. Make we just shook our eye for one small video when it be say he go tell us a little about what they happen. When we see this video with our two koro eye finish, then we will come back to the studio, cause start to the talk about the matter, the way you never hear them before. But on top as the earth, you go hear them like that. So maybe we some shit the video. Maybe for now.
see the problem is? You see the problem is the South African people are fucking too lazy. They cause all the problem. Most especially the Zulus. Nobody is right. You must stand. You must stand for your first rights. No, you must stand for your rights. You see. No, it's not. You must stand for your first rights. No, it's not. People can't chase. Everyone is South African. Everyone. You can't be chasing people.
Today is the African, tomorrow is the China, tomorrow is the Indian.
Tomorrow they tell me go to India.
Go to India, yeah. We're gonna fuck them. We're gonna fuck them. Fuck them. Fucking.
Attacking all foreigners, but they're just focusing for now. They're focusing on the Somalian people, Ethiopia, and Pakistan. So I witnessed the one that happened in 2016. I witnessed the one that happened in 2016, and this one now is happening in Victoria and Johannesburg. So please, if I come across this video, share this video all over the world, and make sure you contribute on your own comments. Tell me what you think, what you feel, because this is so bad, and self-hate is very dangerous to human beings. So don't forget to leave your comments below and let us know what you think about this attacks that is going on in African continent. Okay, I will see you in the next one. Bye.
I don't think it's xenophobia, but what they are doing, it's greedy. It's greedy because our local shops now are going down. We do not support, we do not buy. So that what they are doing, it's wrong. They should get up.
What is wrong? I hear you say that.
Taking job opportunities. Them coming here, it's fine, but they do not create job opportunities. It was better if they hire our local people to help them out.
My father passed away, so he left us with a shop. So I'm the one who's giving the to rent. I'd have rented to the Pakistan. So what am I going to eat? So please, people, stop making this. Stop making this. They're not violent, these people. So why must it spread all over?
Daqui! Ai! De frigi! Am feito uma conferência! De frigi! Ai, de frigi! Ai! Oh, Benny, people they carry fridge, they run. See looty from back, center, even on top of roof. If you feel loot only one small thing, you go they run. But may we ask ourselves a question: what did Nigerians do? When they say every year, when Nigeria enter, you must hear say one way or the other, Nigerians they must constitute, they must cast. I don't know whether now we they cause the casting, or not them they force us they cast, or not them just they blame us say we they cast. Anyway, today may we look the root cause. What really they cause all this violence all the time for South Africa? We be say during the time of appetite, we join them fight. Oh, we fight. Hey, free Mandela, give them independence. How come the whole thing called turn? Now they call the attack us again. That might be what we want to chook our eye put today. And today, we come with one of our Ogbonge guests. When I don't see and since bet, today, the real nature inside of farm will come out in another dimension, in another level because it is sweet where we say you hear from the Aussie smart person we don't live among them, we don't stay with them, we understand how this problem they come and where it they go. If we not put checks and balance inside the matter. And today I come with one of our Ogbonge guests. When I don't already talk, now no other person. Then they call him Mr. But me, I choose to call him honorable because now only few people are they call honorable, but I call this man honorable. Honorable Chigachi AK. Now columnist and also public affair analyst. Yes. And right now make a pull one join. Experience in South Africa. Foreign experience. All join. Thank you very much, Mr. Chigachi. Now we'll go straight to the talk because the thing bleed my heart when I see all these kind of things.
Really
just
pathetic.
Also at the end of the day.
Really
somebody
pathetic.
you see the kind of word we want to talk, he's saying sure that they can't take on their job and then they create job. Well, first of all these Nigerians, when we said that they kill every time for South Africa, there be legal immigrants or there be illegal immigrants.
They are legal migrants. In other words, they live in South Africa with legal permits.
Now, this very particular attack,
Sure.
maybe not be organized xenophobia attack, but they still kill Nigerians.
Exactly.
And who kill them? As South Africans.
Exactly.
Waiting to be the reason for this attack on our countrymen based in South Africa. Waiting if it causes attack where they kill our people for South Africa continuously like
Look,
this.
sir, I'm a very, very self-respecting Nigerian. I love my country, and I should be a good ambassador of my country anywhere I find myself, including here in Nigeria. That is why when Wazobia calls me up, I say what I know and how I feel. Now, the killing of Nigerians in South Africa is a response to an action. And that action which precipitated it is the action of Nigerians committing crime in South Africa. And this is one truth nobody is telling our leaders in Aso Rock, that we are killing South Africans, selling drugs to South Africans. And
Wait first. If
Yes.
you say Nigerians, they sell drug. That means
Exactly.
they say every Nigerian.
Not
who is
every
South African.
Nigerians, please. Not
Make we
every
just-
Nigerians.
Make we specify and well.
Exactly. And not every
Majority
Nigerians.
or some Nigeria.
A lot of Nigerians are doing criminal acts. There are 9 provinces in South Africa. They have provinces, not states.
Okay,
And
instead of states, now province that they call
Exactly, 9 of them. Now, to be very precise and honest, because we are looking for solution, Igbo boys are selling drugs extensively in South Africa. And who is talking about the death of South Africans who died as a result of the drugs, crack cocaine sold them by Nigerians? And Yoruba boys are into big-time fraud in Pretoria.
That fraud, so we they talk now. For one, Yahoo boys, I be which one?
Fraud comes in many shades.
Okay. Fraud.
To the extent that some years ago, the American FBI had to fly in a special jet to extradite 6 Yoruba boys who were involved in large-scale mail fraud. So, the killing of Nigerians in South Africa has to do with that. Secondly, you must be able to differentiate and break down these killings. And I have come to identify 3 types of killings. One is when the South African police kill Nigerians in South Africa. 2, when Nigerians themselves kill Nigerians. And we would like to know the number of Nigerians killed by Nigerians in South Africa and the number of Nigerians killed by South African police in South Africa. I'm telling you with all sense of well-informed is that the number of Nigerians killed by Nigerians themselves in South Africa far outweigh that killed by South African police. And finally, there are, of course, rarely, very few Nigerians killed by South African mobs during the so-called xenophobic attack. What they call xenophobic attack is really not that. We would rather look at it as black-on-black violence. And it has a lot to do with the South African press, especially the white press. Remember that before Nigerians were killed by South African mobs, that South Africans were being killed by South African mobs during the transition from apartheid to democracy. Anybody who watched CNN those days, we see that there was really a lot of problem, especially from the Inkatha Freedom Party led by Mangosuthu Buthelezi.
Sorry to cut you in.
Exactly.
You stay years for South Africa.
Yes.
10 years, if not more.
Yes.
Now, part of these attacks that make you come back.
Well, in 2008, we were attacked the first time, and I was completely disgusted. So I had to bring back my family, my wife and my children. Of course, I went back because Ohaneze Ndigbo, South Africa, asked me to help them do some research works. Ohaneze Ndigbo, led by Chief Baldwin Obasi, his deputy was Prince Kennedy.
Okay.
So during that time, the consensus was that, look, these people attacked us. They didn't attack Filipinos, Pakistanis. Why? They attacked us, their brother. And probably it's because we came to South Africa concentrating on business and turning our backs on politics. So in 2008, after bringing my wife and children back, I went back and then we formed an alliance with the ruling ANC. And so the first tenure of Comrade Jacob Zuma, we really formed an alliance and we gave the ANC over 200,000 Nigerian votes. During our rally, pro-ANC rally at the Hebrew Theater, ANC sent the then Minister of Home Affairs, a very powerful post, cabinet post. And that was Honorable Nosiviwe Mapisa Ngakula. She was in charge of internal affairs then. She was the ANC strong person that spoke at that rally. So you can really see that for me personally, it wasn't the issue because I really went there to for my postgraduate studies, and when I finished, I had to try to, because it's a very fine country.
Now,
yes.
Wait, you talk something about that they attacked Nigeria.
Yes.
But when we watch this clip now,
Yes.
we hear them, they talk something. This attack is not peculiar to Nigerians alone.
Yes.
What do you think, say, the other foreigners still do to get the same treatment as Nigeria? You know, if you say South Africans, them too, even themselves, they get their own hot body, we make them, they just want to attack foreigners like this. Because man, I hear them, we talk about Pakistan, citizens and other foreigners. So based on that,
that xenophobic attack is a myth. South Africa has got a real problem, and that is the land problem, which the ANC is doing its best to address. And with the Democratic Alliance, the White Party is doing everything to frustrate. South Africans are landless in their country.
okay.
So the South African press, namely the Citizen newspaper, is trying to divert attention with the Democratic Alliance. So you see them telling you that Nigerians and other blacks are being attacked because they are in South Africa to steal land. I'm telling you, no Nigeria is prepared to take a laborer job there. The truth is that this is black on black violence. It has something to do with the white power structure in South Africa. They are not trying to address the land question.
When you say white power structure,
Exactly.
break them down, make we get the
Economic power. And the man who controls the purse cannot be immediately or easily subdued politically.
Why do you
I'm telling you the truth. Look at the people in that clip. They are hungry. And those lootings took place mainly in black townships, where some blacks from other African countries stupidly followed indigenous South Africans to their townships. Leave them in their townships. They don't want to see you because most foreigners indeed are committing crime. The normal South African just will do his little job and go home, and you pay him on Friday. Most crimes in South Africa are committed by foreigners. And so when you see these people from other African countries going to black townships to open shops there, for the least provocation, they are attacked. And that is what you see there. Not Nigerians. Nigerians know, we in South Africa, Nigerians expected attack any minute. So they don't go to townships or squatter camps to open businesses. They open business in big cities.
Now, you talk something about the people who hold the purse, where they control the economy, and then they manipulate something like that to make blacks, they always attack.
Delay
blacks.
the land
Now,
question.
You never still break them down where, how come they fit manipulate reach this level where they say blacks go they attack blacks? Make I really get that one clear. Make our people understand how
look at what
they
happened.
get this kind of clause, this kind of big hand.
I will tell you what happened. During the days of apartheid, I did South African history because my master's thesis has to do with South African literature called the Soweto novel. Novels inspired by Steve Biko's Black Consciousness movement. So I really understand what happened during the apartheid days. Now, during the apartheid days, whenever black unionists and other anti-apartheid icons call for strike or protest, boycotts against the white power structure, what they did would be to allow black people to protest for a day, 2 days, 3 days. Then you see the white press. We release a fake news that Zulu 4 men, fed up with this senseless strike, used their knob carrier weapon to strike down the leaders of this protest. And in truth, nothing like that happened. But when black people read that some Zulu 4 men at the mines have attacked the union leaders for calling protest, it was a fake news, but you will see these people attacking their leaders, and that is the end of that protest. Black on black violence. Now, when apartheid fell, black on black violence assumed a new face, and they rechristened it xenophobic attack. It's not true. South Africans fully appreciated what we did for them, and they still do. That is why any Nigerian in South Africa, after 4 years, they give you South African citizenship, give you their passport. I don't know what you can dream of that South Africans have not done for Nigerians. There is a Nigerian sitting in the South African National Parliament. So, now, after political freedom came, the real freedom which has to do with the land question, whether black people should remain landless in South Africa or they should be entitled to own land, is the burning question and the reason why Julius Malema and his economic freedom fighters are a force in South Africa today. They try to divert attention from the land question. So what you see them instigating falsely that black people are coming to South Africa to steal land and women. It's not true. And then the people attack blacks in South Africa. Look at their level of education. Look at their economic circumstances. They are not the policymakers you see in ANC. They are uneducated people living in squatter camp. Imagine you, Ochuko, in your own father's land, not even living in a bacha, but in a squatter camp in the middle of nowhere.
Now your opinion,
yes,
where you come from, they're very different from the way a lot of Nigerians really they see these very
issues. Exactly.
Now, because of, say, you stayed there before at a time, or because you married South African women?
Well, the truth is that all of us left Nigeria, bachelors and very young. So you have to marry, of course. And nobody will allow his own sister to come to South Africa. It was very violent. The level of crime was very high. So I lived there. I did my research there in the University of the Witwatersrand. And when I finished and brought back my family, I had to go back because Ohanes and Igbo asked me to come and do some research for them. And we toured extensively. Chief Baldwin Obasi had to constitute, because really the Nigerian problem in South Africa is the Igbo problem in South Africa and the Yoruba problem in South Africa. These are the two groups
now you talk
committing
something
crime
about,
in South Africa.
You talk something, man, exactly. Say a report. You talk something about, say, Nigerians.
Yes.
You say the level at which Nigerians, modern Nigerians, even they pass away police,
exactly.
Even they kill Nigerians for South Africa.
Exactly.
Now, how through this story, and how, based on your kind of experience and your research,
exactly.
Why you talk this kind of
because
word?
it is the truth.
Before you will answer this very
yes.
question,
yes.
because I want to make you give us examples, instances, and all that. But before you go answer this question, I would like to make a look at our Ogbonge people. May I remind them, say, remember when I tell you, say, this is not the only station where we practice true democracy. So the time don't come where we say, we go give you the license, open our phone lines, so that you wait there as they watch us. You know, be like, say, you be just look, man. No, you be part of this discussion. So you go pick your phone and copy the number where they your TV screen, so that you say go call in. You get 1 or 2 questions you want to ask. Maybe you don't hear story. Maybe you get brother for them. They give you the story about what they happen. Or you get plans. This 2019, so if I not touch down SA, that means I never start. You get that kind of plan. May you hear when, may you know, so that you go know how you go work around. Anyway, time don't reach. Call us now. May you trick your mouth for inside the conversation with the talk. Our phone number there on top of your TV screen. Start with the green our number now. And in case you not fit green our number, if you carry your leg waka, enter inside our tweet. That one our Twitter. Just enter the down and just at Wazobia Max PH. At Wazobia Max PH. And in case you want to watch us, they follow us. If you still enter our website, and they like to call them boldly www.wazobiamax.ng/PH. I will call them again. www.wazobiamax.ng/PH. I shout out so that you go understand. Go watch out for them. Anyway, before we go start to the call, I'm not saying people that they para for their shop say, shut this brother. Maybe we collect this call from Ebuka because Ebuka get what he won't tell you. Ebuka, you come out, put on top of the earth. From me warfare. Ebuka. Akuko. If like say, Ebuka not get better credit. It's just verse 1 call. You realize say, your balance is low. I forget that word that they talk. Anyway, Ebuka, you go load again. May you just call us because I know say you get what you want. Tell us from me warfare. Anyway, when we come back, I talk about this Nigerian killing Nigerians. Why you talk that word?
Because this is true. We report it. I was the National Secretary of Ohaneze Ndigbo in South Africa under Chief Baldwin Obasi and Onyendu Ndigbo, because Ohaneze Ndigbo said that there should be no Igbo king outside Igbo land. It could bring us into conflict with the indigenous of that. So we don't supposed to have Eze Ndigbo Port Harcourt. We're supposed to have Onyendu Ndigbo Port Harcourt. Because the moment you say we should have Eze Ndigbo in Kano, automatically when Fulani people will raise their emir in Igbo land, don't complain. Now, it is true. I documented all these things. And we have very fine gentlemen, honorable Nigerians in South Africa. I name one of them, Mr. Didi Ogogo, Sonny Ochuko, Chief Baldwin Obasi. They will tell you the truth. Now, you started this program by telling us the sad news that Celestine Ngokocha was killed in South Africa recently.
Sorry,
now, Ochuko, I want to tell you one thing. I want to tell you one thing. Okay,
from
okay,
Harry,
okay.
all the way from Creek Road. Harry, shook your mouth on top of the earth. Harry.
Yes, so I think they're hot.
Fire down, Harry.
I'm ready for studio. Good evening. I greet you.
Thank you, Harry.
Please, this your talk where they talk today, we like them. But I will remember to tell you, say, South Africa once been killed most of our brothers. Even one of my friends follow inside. And today you say those things where they happen and lie. I know we don't really understand. I want to know the truth since, because actually I want to know the truth.
Thank you. The Nigerian Union in South Africa is only telling us anytime a Nigerian is killed in South Africa. The Nigerian Union in South Africa is not telling us anytime a Nigerian killed a Nigerian in South Africa. Let me tell you one thing. Celestine Ngokocha was the last person killed.
Yes, January 15th.
Exactly. If, from inner source, I say if it turns out that Celestine was killed trying to come down to visit his family in Nigeria, they know that as Nigeria had a hand in his death. That Nigeria must have tipped those South African police that
this
killed
call
him.
from Raphael. Exactly. Raphael, shook your mouth on top of the earth. Raphael.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
So the best idea not be for people with the Nigerians with the South Africans, make them come up for South Africans to save our life. You know, go they more better for us who they South Africa. When we come up from people with the South Africa, who come up from South Africa, like brothers, why most of the brothers who I know within the South Africa, you know, go better make them come back. You know, go be a better advice for all Nigerians or majority of Nigerians within the area where these things they happen. Because as they happen for left, as when things happen for my 3, it will happen for my 1, it will be happen for Cuba. Nigerians where they make them come up from that place. And my question be that.
Thank you, Raphael. We go come to that time where we go talk about the solution.
No,
so for
please, can I address this question? Please.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. What's the name?
Raphael.
Raphael, thank you very much for that thing. Please, Raphael, what I'm telling you is the truth. We are the people, we are the aggressors in South Africa, not South Africans. We step on their toes. Raphael, how would you appreciate a stranger coming to your own country and selling drugs to your 16-year-old niece? And by the time you recover her, she's already a prostitute. Go to Mariston Hotel. Go to Captain Park. Go to Church Street, the longest street in South Africa, in Pretoria. This is what we do. But the Nigerian Union in South Africa will never tell you the truth.
You mean say not only Nigerians, they sell all these drugs, they do all these kind of things for them.
We are not the only people selling drugs. There are Pakistanis are into illicit drug. But we are addressing the Nigerian problem.
Okay.
We are the aggressors. That is what the Nigerian mission in South Africa is not telling you the details. We are the aggressors. These people have recognized the fact that we really help them. In fact, one of their chief of air staff told South Africans that he learned to fly in Kaduna. Nelson Mandela acknowledged it. ANC up to tomorrow under Cyril Ramaphosa acknowledge us. They give us papers. Those of us who really don't like crime, we accept these papers because with South African passport, you don't need visa to go to half of the countries of the world. We leave and go to Switzerland, to South Korea, to do business. But in every country, in every family, in every society, you have criminal-minded elements. Selling drugs to primary and secondary school children, white and black. How would you, Raphael, like somebody selling drugs to your little niece and turning her into a prostitute? That's what we are doing. And I've mentioned names. Mariston Hotel in Johannesburg, Captain Park, all those nightclubs. You will see it there. So we are the aggressors. And that is what our policymakers must know. And they ask us, how can we stop Nigerians from selling drugs in South Africa and doing 419 or minimizing it? That is the truth. We are not going to leave South Africa. South Africans don't want us to leave. In fact, they are telling us, those of us with degrees in mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology to come. I was there at the Hebrew Theater when their Minister of Home Affairs, Nosiviwe Mapisa-Ngakula, invited Nigerians with degrees in maths, physics, chemistry to come to South Africa and take up jobs. It is only from the white media and white political party called Democratic Alliance you are hearing of xenophobia.
Now you talk about jobs. One of the South African person, the citizen, talk one word, say, and most of the story with the year say South Africans, they complain, say Nigerians, they take over all their jobs. So at the end of the day, they not get jobs. And
no person in the first place.
They take over all the jobs.
That is a fallacy.
Even talk and say now.
That is a fallacy. That is a fallacy.
So what you talk about that one? Those will not bring jealousy. Come again.
No. Ochuko.
Nigerians themselves. Can also say if you get another part again, we never even talk. You know, say there are women they quit like Nigerian men. They don't look and say,
Ochuko, what I will tell you.
That kind of office to make the verse too for Nigeria, just the jealous us. The next thing you could see that
what I will tell you is that one, no Nigerian is prepared to do the type of job South Africans are doing. South Africans are not free in their own country. They are still economic apartheid. That is one. So I don't see any Nigerian like you going to sweep in South Africa. That is one. No Nigerian is prepared to do the type of jobs South Africans are given in their own country. That is one. Secondly, no South African corporate entity, company, and they have big industries, is prepared to employ a Nigerian for fear of fraud. Because that is where the law has teeth. You employ anybody, a Nigeria, America, a Cameroon, a German, and he commits fraud. The victim is going to take you to court, and judgment is going to be within 2 months. And then you pay.
Now, 2017,
Exactly.
anti-immigration protests. They can knock this one down
Yes.
bit by bit. Precisely on Friday, the 24th February 2017, a large-scale and officially sanctioned anti-immigrant protest was organized and held in the Pretoria.
Yes.
Now, the protesters marched to the foreign ministry and handed a petition to the government representatives. The protesters, they accused immigrants of taking jobs from South Africans, just like what I just told,
Yes.
causing increase in crime rate. Now, how you go reconcile this allegation
Yes.
with the stories when they say we don't hear before now, say South Africans, they're lazy. But before you go answer this question, maybe we just enter one small market. When we come back, we'll continue. Not go anywhere because we dey show back. No. Welcome back again on top as Ide Hot. In case you just dey join us, this now was Zobia Max TV. And we don't dey talk about the killing where they take place for inside South Africa. Wait to make them they kill Nigerians. That might be the matter where we dey ask ourselves question. In case you don't miss well, the matter today, either they come out smoke everywhere, they hot, e short, but even my biro said bomb me because I be fire myself. Fire no fit burn fire, make a whole lamp. But if I bomb me because I not recognize, now still on top as idiots now you dey. And the matter don't the hot. If you never hear since you don't dey miss. Well, we go come back to the matter we don't dey talk and I still tanda gidigba. When my ogbonge guests we don't dey dissect the matter. It dey PC Sam the way we supposed to understand why this killing they take place for South Africa. Why we say that they attack Nigerians all the time after they don't hustle. Get big shop, any smart thing, you will see that they attack Nigerians. And the one which just happened recently, when they said they experimented one 36-years-old Celestine Nuokochana, that one really raised the dust to make all this talk, they come up most recently. Waiting will be the lasting solution. And our bonga guest, to get one question, we throw give them before we jump into that small chickily break. We they ask them because they come from another angle where we say some Nigerians they go they use one kind of item they look up. My brother did though. You mean say my brother they sell crack, they sell drugs? No, they're not saying all of them. They say majority of them they do that kind of thing. That makes South Africans they para the verse. But he saying a lie. Now Nigerians they cause waiting all these things that they happen to most of them. Now, like I talk, protesters they march go the foreign ministry and they go hand over a petition give the government representatives. When he said that they accuse immigrants of taking over their jobs then from South Africans, he said that because of this thing, I can make the crime rate come high. Now, how you go take marry this very allegation with the story when he say we don't hear before? Say South Africans they're lazy. How you go take match these two?
Well, in the first place, crime rate is a fact. Nigeria is South Africa is the mother capital of the world, and due mainly to the fact that South Africans themselves are unemployed. They are divorced from their land. And we know in economics, the factors of production, land labor capital. South Africans are weaned right from the Native Land Act of 1911. No black person was allowed to own land in South Africa. That is yet to be redressed. Mugabe was not a tyrant or a monster. Sisi Road took some white farmers to today's Zimbabwe and Zambia and completely surveyed the whole place and took it and gave to white people. During the negotiation, Lancaster has the negotiation leading to Zimbabwe independence. That was the sole point until America accepted to intervene that 20 years after Zimbabwe independence, it will make funds available to the British government. British government will give it to Mugabe. Mugabe will give to white farmers, and white farmers will leave the land for black people because freedom without land means nothing. And when it was time, they refused. And when finally they started it, after 3 payments, they said, no, we are not giving you the money again because you are using this money to do some other things. Mugabe said, no, look at the money you gave me and look at the farmers that were paid. do your forensic investigation. And since Britain will not want white people in Zimbabwe to be landless, Britain would rather that black people in Zimbabwe should remain slaves in their own land. Of course, Mugabe will not accept it. They stopped paying, and Mugabe told the people, take over any land you want. ANC does not want that to happen.
In South Africa.
In South Africa, that is the sore point now. ANC is in a big trouble because one more delay, there's going to be scramble for land in South Africa. And Julius Malema, hear what Julius Malema is saying, please. He was the former leader of ANC Youth Wing. That freedom without land means nothing. What they call xenophobic attack is just a diversion, a subterfuge. The fact of crime is too much. South Africa is the crime. Because black people, the owners who are very, very hardworking, they are not lazy. How can you work when you don't have a farm? You cannot earn anything except a Pakistani, an Indian, or a white employ you. Can you take that in Nigeria? That is the issue. The land question is the problem, not xenophobia. And by the way, there is no Zulu word, Xhosa word, or Venda word known as xenophobia. It's an English dictionary. What they have is the word called Ubuntu, which is the highest love for your fellow man.
Wait, so Nigerians, that they involved inside armed robberies?
No.
Africa.
Nigerians don't do that. What Nigerians do is, if there is a computer shop to be robbed, you set South African boys to do it. Because these boys learn to start shooting with their eyes closed. South Africa is one society where you are licensed to carry automatic weapons, repeated firing weapons, Uzi submachine guns. Just go to a shooting school. After practicing, they teach you the theory and the practice, they give you a certificate, you go to the police will screen you, find you wanted, then give you the issue, you go to a gun shop and buy it. No Nigeria is involved in armed robbery. That is in the operation, execution of it. They will rather identify a shop, then send South Africans to go and do the hatchet job, and then deliver the goods to them. Every South African, if you want to, you carry guns that can fire 20 rounds, logger. So no Nigerian wants to do that. All this courtesan, courtesan, can you shoot better than a grandmother? That is the issue. So the demonstration in Pretoria, that Pretoria, ANC has changed the name. The original name for Pretoria is Swane. That's the African name. Has the Democratic Alliance allowed it? They say no. It is Pretoria. So there is the contestation for South African land and space.
Waiting the presidency, Nigerian embassy and Ministry of Foreign Affairs don't do this regard.
One, they are part of the problem. They are part of the problem in the sense that they are not properly doing two things. One, our foreign mission in South Africa did not intervene at the point of aggression when Nigerians started selling drugs and defrauding South Africans. They only started shouting at the point of aggression when South Africans reacted and started killing Nigerians. That is one. And two, the presidency has a hand sending non-career diplomats to South Africa. No, send career diplomats. They are trained and equipped. They have the mindset to understand that as long as there are Nigerians living in South Africa, their country, Nigeria, Aso Rock, Ministry of Defense, we have a role to play in South African internal security.
If he's a career diplomat, what kind of impact, if he's a career diplomat, go fit impact to Nigeria?
By training, I would have loved if you had seen the final conference report of 2014 National Conference. There was a committee and they submitted one of the best reports headed by Ambassador Ibrahim Abola Gambari. That is the Foreign Affairs and Diaspora Matter Committee. And the vice chairman of that committee was no other person than our own beloved Professor Lawrence Ekpebu. Other members of the committee include Professor Akin, I think I've forgotten his surname now. Now, they recommended that in the posting of our diplomats, that the Nigerian president should adhere to section 171, subsection 1245 of the 1979 Constitution, 99 Constitution as amended. That, and this section of the Constitution is telling the Nigerian government that in posting and picking those who are to represent us abroad, because competent diplomats representing our national interests and Nigerians abroad are as essential as professional army defending us at home. That in picking Nigerian diplomats, the president should make it 70% career diplomats who are trained in the rudiments of diplomacy, and 30% non-career diplomat or from rank and file civil servants.
Sharply.
Exactly.
The time may not really there our side.
Exactly.
You live for South Africa for years.
Exactly.
And even do business for them after your master's degree.
Yes.
What do you think, say, we fit? What can be done by all stakeholders to put end to this xenophobic attack and all that, to stop all these things in just 30 seconds? Because we don't get time.
Not xenophobic, to put an end to Nigerians committing crime in South Africa. One, what must be urgently done is that Igbo governors and Yoruba governors, even if the federal government will not do it, should take the state fund, go and build Nigerian market or Igbo market in South Africa, so that Nigerians will go legit. Because of ways and means, no space to do simple business, our people are doing drugs there.
Which other people, they do all those kind of ones? Okay, the government, they support them, they can't get somewhere.
Chinese people. The Chinese government is building China cities in South Africa. When they enter a street, they buy the 10 houses by the right, 10 houses by the left. Quit all the white people and black people, whether you're American or who, they don't want to know. Convert these buildings into lock-up stores and give it to only Chinese, so that a Chinese that enters South Africa only last week is already well employed, earning money. We don't have such facilities. That is one. We need Igbo market in South Africa, and Yorubas need Yoruba market to help their boys go legit.
Thank you, well. You know, the time number 2 permit us to talk everything whether you are, because I noticed that the OT they call pra. Better beg. Our people, they don't learn a lot on top of this talk when you talk. So, and I'll say a big thank you to you. Will take your time. Come educate our people. Come tell us a lot about what really the cause of the bege where they share for inside South Africa. And it is so our government need to do so that our boys, their head go straight where. Anyway, big thank you to Honorable Chigachi, AK, when a columnist and also a public affair analyst. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Ochuko. Thank you very much.
Anyway, now for you all go for bar break on top of the earth, maybe discharge come up from the studio. Because my time don't they tell me, say, Ochuko, try discharge come up from the studio. Ochuko, discharge come up from the studio. And I saw I go to tell you now, say, when it better for fisherman, now, Pardo, it take the way we friends, bye-bye. Maybe like that for national peace to reign. Bye-bye.